Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to an all-new Talkin Movies. I am your host, the real Geno Reynolds, and today we're going to be talking about the newest spin-off in the Conjuring Universe, The Nun, and I have to warn you that eventually in this review there will be spoilers. A priest with a haunted past and a woman on the threshold of her final vows are sent by the Vatican to investigate the death of a young nun in Romania and confront an evil force in the form of a demonic nun. As I said, The Nun is the newest installment to the Conjuring Universe. I'm getting to a point where I say, oh goody. Look, I love the two Conjuring movies, and I liked Annabelle Creation. Didn't think it was really necessary, but it was at least better than the original Annabelle, because the original Annabelle was not good. When Valak, aka the Nun in The Conjuring 2, proved to be a popular character, I knew that, in the vein of Annabelle, the character would get its own movie, and sure enough, here we are. First, the marketing for this movie is claiming that it's the scariest of the franchise. No. They even had that trailer that got taken off of YouTube because it was so scary. It was stupid. Anyway, the two original movies still hold the title of being the scariest. The first one I thought was a little scarier than the second one, even though the second one had its moments. The short of it is, this movie, while not as bad as Annabelle, it's still kind of a waste of time. I don't know why they just won't concentrate on making sequels for The Conjuring. I mean, maybe Patrick Wilson is too busy playing Aquaman's half-brother to make them, I don't know. But even at their best, these spin-off movies feel like cash grabs. While not much has been said about it in a while, there's also supposed to be a movie about the Crooked Man from The Conjuring 2 in the works. And supposedly there's another Annabelle movie in the works as well. Again, warning, there's going to be spoilers in this review. You know the routine. For those of you not wanting anything spoiled, I would say that this movie is fine. I was a bit bored. And again, it's not anywhere near as bad as Annabelle, but I wouldn't even say it's as good as Annabelle Creation, as opposed to a spin-off movie. So yeah, and it's definitely not nearly as good as the main movies in the series. If you really must see it, I would say see it for cheap. So anyway, we're about to get into spoilers. Still with me? Okay, here we go. This movie alone sets up not only another movie for Valak, because this movie doesn't explain how he got into the painting that he was in The Conjuring 2. Big surprise there. But Damien Bashir's character seems like he might be a spin-off type character as well, having his own personal demons that, of course, could have a movie of its own in the Conjuring universe. At the end of the movie, he's lost an eye, and I could see that being a thing. Well, then all of a sudden, here's Damien Bashir in an eye patch, fighting demons. By the way, his character reminded me a lot of Gabriel Byrne's character from Stigmata, which that's not a bad thing. I really like Stigmata a lot. And he just reminded me of that investigator that the Vatican sends to, check on miracles and the such. Also, the movie does connect to a scene in The Conjuring using misdirection for one of the characters' names. I mean, come on. Frenchie is not a real name. Of course it's not. Granted, they had to doctor some footage from the original film because there's different actors involved to make this scene work. But at least it does find a way to connect to The Conjuring. As for the story itself, like I said, I was a bit bored. The movie uses way too much foreshadowing and telegraphs itself a ton. If a character is explaining something, of course it's going to have a purpose later in the movie. Those bells on the graves, yeah, they used to use those just in case someone accidentally got buried alive. Ring the bell so someone can get you out. Gee, I wonder if someone will get buried alive later in the movie. The movie did a ton of stuff like this, and it really led to, there's really not a lot of mystery of things that are going to happen in this movie. While it did telegraph most of the scares, which honestly weren't ever really scary at all, at least the movie's atmosphere felt the part. The sounds and imagery felt like it belonged in the Conjuring series. Granted, when you could predict when a spirit was going to show up, a jump scare was going to happen, a cross was going to turn upside down, etc., it does really take a lot out of the movie. Having Taissa Farmiga, who is the daughter of Vera Farmiga, the Conjuring's Lorraine Warren, she's in this totally for misdirection. The movie plays like the character is going to be related to Lorraine Warren somehow, because she hasn't taken her final nun vows yet, and the character of Frenchie is very flirty with her. The movie really wants you to believe that she will leave the faith and get with him, but I mean, come on, it's painfully obvious that they are doing this for misdirection and that it's not going to happen. While again, as a spin-off of The Conjuring, this movie isn't Annabelle bad, but it's not Annabelle creation good. And it certainly isn't as good as the main storyline. I would say that if you just have to see it at a bargain price. But we all know that it's going to win the weekend box office anyway, so I'm pretty certain they're just going to keep continuing to make these spin-off movies until they make another one as bad as Annabelle, because then people will probably start to they'll get the idea that, you know, maybe this isn't a good thing. That's going to be all for this edition of Talkin Movies. If you like what you've heard here, please subscribe to the Real Geno YouTube channel, like this video, and if you have anything to say about this movie, please feel free to leave a comment in the section below. Until next time, I'm your host, the Real Geno, Geno Reynolds. See you later.